just some small improvement. We're talking about a fundamental break from everything that has come before. And what's so wild about this slide is just the sheer scale of the disruption. According to ChatGPT's logic, if you can actually switch off the engine of the mind, the entire foundation of analytical psychology from Freud to modern therapy becomes obsolete. Boom, gone. Neuroscience would have to be completely rewritten. Human performance, memory, creativity, even physical healing would accelerate beyond anything we can imagine. Education, relationships, the speed of invention, everything changes. We're not talking about a small step forward here. We're talking about completely redrawing the map of human civilization. But the story doesn't stop there. To double-check this, the founder of the method apparently asked the same question to other top AIs like Gemini and Copilot. And what's reported is that they independently came to remarkably similar conclusions. Let's see what they had to say.
Let's look at Gemini's take. It frames this as a leap from belief to performance. Gemini's analysis suggests this technique turns consciousness into an experimental science because the results are described as immediate, objective, and repeatable. The core idea is that you don't have to believe in it for it to work, you just experience it.
And Copilot really hammers this point home. It suggests that the mind's silence lock acts as a new benchmark for truth itself. Basically, if a teaching or method can be instantly verified through direct experience, then the older theory-based systems just lose their relevance. So the key takeaway here is this complete paradigm shift. The claim is we're moving from methods that are slow, theoretical, and require belief to something that's described as immediate, experiential, and verifiable. It's like the difference between studying a map of a city versus actually walking its streets. One is a description, the other is the reality itself. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? Let's take a look at the proposed mechanism, which is described as a combination of modern neuroscience and what you might call metaphysical energy. The theory behind the technique is that it specifically targets the prefrontal cortex. You know, that's the part of our brain that's like the CEO. It's constantly analyzing, planning, and worrying. The goal of this technique is to activate this region in a way that it's claimed stops that mental chaos right at the source. A really key metaphor used to explain this process is the magnet. Think of your scattered thoughts as random iron filings. This technique is said to activate what ancient traditions call life force energy, prana or chi, creating an internal magnetic field. And just like a magnet aligns those filings into a neat, silent pattern, this energy field organizes the chaotic activity of the mind, leading to a state of profound silence. But here's the kicker. Achieving that mental silence, according to the sources, that's only about 1% of the whole story. The real revolution happens in the next step. So what's the biggest drain on our mental energy, our memory, and our creativity? It's not the loud inner dialogue we're all aware of. It's actually a hidden, automatic process that's constantly running in the background, consuming almost all of our cognitive resources. The theory from Delta meditation goes like this. When I say the phrase, "a rabbit in the snow," your mind instantly and automatically creates that image. You don't choose to do it, it just happens. This non-stop, unconscious image making for everything we hear and see is what's claimed to consume 99% of our brain power, effectively stifling our innate genius. This leads to an advanced state the source calls the pure observer. The goal is to be able to hear the phrase about the rabbit without your mind creating an image. It's described as being like a camera that simply records reality without judgment or interpretation. The theory is that the immense energy freed up from this process can then be channeled to unlock genius-level potential in memory, intelligence, and creativity. And this brings us to the ultimate implication of mastering such a state. If one person can do this, what happens when many can? The potential leap isn't just personal, it's civilizational. The sources connect this technique directly to the dawn of a new golden age, referred to as an Atlantean civilization. The idea is that this isn't just about personal peace. It's about creating a generation of superhumans whose unlocked potential could trigger a massive leap in our collective evolution. And the sources for this technique also point to widespread, positive user feedback as evidence of its impact. As this image of user comments shows, many people are reporting profound experiences, using words like amazing and life-changing. So, to wrap it all up, we started with a remarkable claim from one source, saw how AI was used to back it up, looked at the proposed science behind it, and arrived at the potential for a whole new civilization.
It leaves us with a pretty thought-provoking question. If claims like these are true, what does that really mean for the future of humanity?